We've all heard it, just follow your passion. Sounds nice, right? Like something you'd read on a sunset-colored quote post on Instagram, or hear from a celebrity giving a graduation speech. But that advice is both overused and wrong, or at least it's not as useful as everyone makes it sound. Because, let's be honest, most people don't know what their passion is. And even if they think they do, that passion doesn't always pay the bills, make them happy, or give them a sense of purpose. Chasing passion can feel like running after a mirage. It's always a little out of reach. So instead of wandering around waiting for your life's calling to magically appear, here's a different take. Stop trying to find your passion. Start getting good at something instead. When people say, follow your passion, they make it sound like there's a job or purpose out there with your name on it. As if one day you'll wake up, hear violins playing, and suddenly know you're meant to become a documentary filmmaker or a pastry chef or a YouTube star. But that's not how life usually works. Most people don't stumble across their one true calling in some lightning bolt moment of clarity. More often, they try stuff, they fail, they try something else, and eventually, if they're lucky, they start to like what they're doing. Let's use Steve Jobs as an example. He's the poster boy for passion-driven success, right? Except he wasn't passionate about computers when he started Apple. He was more into calligraphy, meditation, and backpacking through India. The computer thing came later, after he got good at tech, saw a business opportunity, and built skills that made him valuable. He didn't follow passion. He followed curiosity. Then he built competence. Then he became obsessed. That's the actual pattern. Not find your passion first, but get good at something, then fall in love with it. A lot of people think passion is this built-in feature, and you either have it or you don't. But in reality, passion is something that grows when you get better at something, see the impact of your work, and feel like you're in control. Think about it. Have you ever started learning a skill, say cooking or guitar or coding, and at first, it felt kind of awkward or annoying, but then you stuck with it, saw some progress, and suddenly you couldn't wait to do more? That's passion in the making. What feels like love for a job often starts as nothing more than mild interest plus deliberate effort plus some small wins. Over time, those small wins stack up. You get confident, you see how your work matters, you start enjoying it, and then one day you catch yourself thinking, damn, I actually like this. Passion isn't the cause, it's the result. Here's where the follow your passion advice really screws people over. It makes them believe that the right job will feel instantly perfect. Well, it won't. Most jobs feel kinda meh at first, or even straight up frustrating, because you're still learning, still fumbling, still not sure what the hell you're doing. If you believe you're supposed to feel fireworks from day one, guess what happens when things get hard? You bounce. And that's how people end up job hopping every 6 months, or stuck in analysis paralysis, waiting for that magical thing they're meant to do. They scroll LinkedIn, watch TED Talks, take personality tests, but still feel stuck. Because no job will hand you passion on a silver platter. You've got to build it, piece by piece. So what should you do instead? Adopt the craftsman mindset. Instead of asking, what can the world offer me? Ask, what can I get really damn good at that other people find valuable? When you approach your work like a craft, something to refine, sharpen, and take pride in, you start collecting what author Cal Newport calls career capital. That's your skill set, your experience, your reputation, all the stuff that makes you stand out. The more career capital you build, the more leverage you have. Want a job with more freedom, more creativity, more impact? Earn it. Get so good they can't ignore you. Then use that to shape your career into something you enjoy. It's not sexy advice. It's not fast, but it works. But, okay, you might be thinking, sure, skills are great, but I want my work to feel meaningful too. Totally fair. However, meaning doesn't come from the job title. It comes from how the job aligns with the following few key things. Control. Do you have some say over what and how you do it? Expertise. Do you feel good about what you do? Connection. Do you feel connected to people through your job? Results. Does your effort benefit others or solve a real problem? If your work starts ticking those boxes, it'll start feeling more fulfilling, even if it didn't seem like your dream job at first. Over time, that boring gig might just become your calling. Here's another trap passion seekers fall into: quitting too early. When you try something new, let's say a job, a business idea, a skill, it should be harder than you expected. You don't get good right away. You feel awkward, maybe even stupid. So you assume, this isn't my passion, and give up. But that early struggle, that's normal. Everyone sucks at the beginning. Passion doesn't show up until you push through the I suck at this phase and start seeing results. Think about learning an instrument. Nobody enjoys playing guitar when their fingers hurt and their chords sound like dying cats. But stick with it long enough, and suddenly you're jamming out and loving every second. You've got to earn the right to feel passionate. One of the biggest reasons people want to find their passion is because they want more freedom. They want to love what they do, set their own hours, work on their terms. Totally valid. But here's what most don't realize. Control isn't something you get by default. It's something you trade for. You trade competence for control. When you're really good at something, you can negotiate better terms. You can freelance, start your own thing, work remotely, charge more, or choose your projects. But only if you've built something worth trading. So don't chase control before you've built capital. That's how people end up broke, bitter, and back at square one. Another problem with find your passion is that it makes people overcommit to ideas way too early. They think they've found the thing, go all in, and then feel crushed when it doesn't work out. Instead, treat your ideas like little bets. Try something for a few weeks or months. See how it feels. See if it clicks. If it does, cool, double down. If not, no big deal, try the next thing. This is how you discover what's worth pursuing, not by overthinking, but by testing, adjusting, and repeating. Passion doesn't show up on a personality quiz. It shows up in motion. A lot of people ignore the money part of the equation when they chase passion. But here's a harsh truth. If no one wants what you're offering, it's not a career, it's a hobby. If you want freedom and fulfillment and, to not be broke, you must do something people are willing to pay for. It doesn't mean you have to become a corporate drone. It just means you should look for the overlap between what you're good at, what you enjoy, and what the market values. That's where the magic happens. Let's break it down into a plan that actually works. Pick something useful and interesting. Not your dream job, just something you don't hate and can get better at. Commit to getting good. Focus on improving every week. Build real skills. Ask for feedback. Track your growth. Notice how your confidence builds. How your work starts to matter. That's where passion starts showing up. Say yes to opportunities. Once you've built some skills, look for ways to gain more autonomy and impact. Stay flexible. Your path will evolve. Let it. Just keep showing up, getting better, and adjusting as you go. So here's the truth no one tells you. Passion isn't something you find, and then everything falls into place. You must build it piece by piece through effort, experimentation, and growth. Stop putting pressure on yourself to have it all figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to start somewhere and keep showing up. Your dream job? It might not exist yet. You might have to create it. And the first step isn't discovering your passion. It's developing your skills. So stop searching, start building.